and 2. A little greasy on the bottom. Matt Brown's your leader from Sinclair, Robbie Fraser, Mick Pronger. Deep in the field, Alcorn going to the top on Bowie. Little contact between Bowie and Alcorn as Bowie spins and comes infield. Brown loses the handle on the 4. We stay green. Dale Sinclair inherits the lead. Mick Pronger dives on the inside of Robbie Fraser. Fraser trying to gather it up. Brown back to the tail of the field. Sinclair in the 7 from Robbie Fraser in the 22. Third, Mick Pronger in the 42 from Chris Alcorn. Brett Wilshire in the 24. Fraser starting to close near race leader. Alcorn on the move in the New South Wales 1. He looms up behind the 42 of Pronger. Young Dale Sinclair continues to lead in the Victoria 7. Robbie Fraser trying to reel him in. Pronger, Alcorn and Brett Wilshire in the 24. Fraser starting a challenge for the race lead in turn 1 and 2. It's busy deep in the field as Matt Brown's working through the field. Rick Casley got problems. Rick Casley got problems in the Empire number 8. We'll bring on the cautions here in heat race number 1. So caution lights on for the Amplewhite West Australia number 8 of Rick Casley. And Dale Sinclair, car number 7, will lead them off. Starting a challenge on Fraser as he blows in turn number 3. Checkered flag time. Dale Sinclair takes the win from Fraser, Pronger, Alcorn, Wilshire. Tim Winters, Johnny Pearson, the 53 of Jess Malden. So I'm sure there's plenty of locals here tonight at Laang International Speedway. How about putting your hands together for heat race number 1 winner from Terang in Victoria, Dale Sinclair.
Well, 3 rounds in, defending series champion Matt Brown out of Western Australia. Been a little difficult the first 3 rounds. Matt, how is it from your perspective?
Yeah, it's been different, definitely different to last year. And at Adelaide we just had something on the car that lost us a heat. We didn't even get to go out. So, but we still got the win. But just the heat race points are costing us. But if they didn't have a B main, if it was a different format like last year, I wouldn't have even made the A. So I wouldn't have made an A yet. Horsham, we had a problem with the left front brake and that was costing us, but last night was good. I'm pretty happy with last night. It was pretty wild.
Just run us through that final, particularly the last lap or so, climbing the wall on the main straight. Very exciting to watch. The charge was on. Did you think you could get to the front? Of course, Travis Senna was just ahead of you, running the particular line you wanted. Stephen Gay was the race leader. Did you think genuinely you could do it again?
Yeah, on that last restart, I thought we're always within the shot, and I went to the top, and Travis went up there as well. I'm like, get out of the way. But he's smart, he's been around a long time, and you can tell how good the guy is. So just to move up, I guess, through the feature, halfway through the feature when I went to the top, it's scary out there, and it was hard to drive. And a couple of times I must hit the wall 10 times in the feature, and that last lap, second last lap, I got up on the main straight there and on 2 wheels for a lot of it. But it was weird. The car just sort of sat there and drove it off and kept going. But I was happy with third after that. So
this season, core group of guys around you is the same. Cars very, very similar to last year. Team structure's a little different. Teamed up with Steve Cornt from the ACT this year. How's it been going?
Yeah, it's been good. Steve's given us the opportunity to have resources that we could never had before. So we got motors, wings, everything's there. So and we've been going pretty good. I mean, Steve's struggled a bit last night, but I had to talk to him this morning and we'll sort it out. And he's still learning how to drive the car. He's only had it for a little while, and they're a bit different to drive with the sway bar and everything like that. So but we're going good. We're having fun. We're still here, and we haven't tipped it over yet. So yet.
Your crew chief, car constructor, your father Robbie, they're all hands-on in the crew. That's got to be an added bonus for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big effort every day. You got to get up. We got home at 3:30 last night. Get up, work on the cars, do the repairs because we did damage, and you need guys like a crew chief and dad and mum, and mum comes out with the food every day, and that's all. That's what you need to do this series. It's a long haul from WA, and we towed over Craig's car, and you need those people behind you to help you out because you can't do it by yourself.
Tonight, Laang International Speedway, around about 280 metres around. You run the two-stroke 500cc RG. The 600s tend to get around here pretty good in the past. What's your expectations tonight?
I don't know, it's going to be hard. The RG is going to be hard to control, I think, like to get the power down and things like that. So I asked Ance if we could put a funky setup into it, but he doesn't want to. So I don't know, we'll just see how we go. Run a bit more stagger and things like that. And it's going to be tight, just got to finish the heat races and try and move forward, I guess, all the time and see what happens for the A.
3 rounds in of 6 of the 2006-2007 championship. Is the championship out of reach?
Yeah, I think so. Stephen and Travis would have to have a real couple of bad runs for us to get up there. I think maybe third's possible, but I have to really clean sweep every round. And so we've given up on that a little bit and just keep trying to win every A we can. If we can come away with another couple of A mains, then we've won 3 of the 6 or something. So
we've enjoyed watching you so far, Matt Brown. Good luck for the remainder of the championship, including tonight at Laang International Speedway.
Yeah, thanks, Gav. It's been a different series, that's for sure.
Russell Brimacombe, Tim Rankin, the Australian number 3, and a lethal Lee Van Ginnigan rounds out our field. What a star-studded lineup. 3 wide through 1 and 2. Chad Sullivan, look at Ben Devlin coming after them. The American centre up to 6th, 7th. Sullivan threw it out a 2nd. Great run from Chad Sullivan. Dan Mo's your leader, Sullivan, Stephen Gay to 3rd. Pearson, now the American centre on the move. Sullivan, your new leader. Home track advantage for Chad Sullivan. 2nd, Dan Mo's, now the American on the inside of last night's feature race winner. Centre to 3rd. Stephen Gay fights back. They swap a position. The American with a dab of the brakes dives in underneath. They're 3 wide. Jeff Headington climbs the rear of Tom Bowie, but all eyes at the front of the field. Chad Sullivan continues to lead from Stephen Gay, Travis Centre, Dan Mose, Grant Pearson. Alex McLaughlin working the high line deep in the field. Sullivan, Stephen Gay, Travis Centre, Dan Mose, Grant Pearson. Then it's Tim Rankin from the rear. Ben Devlin, the Australian champ. Jeff Headington. Put it through that to Kevin Freeman and Tom Bowie in the 7. Tags the wall hard. Another lap in the books for Chad Sullivan. Stephen Gay starting to reel him in. Stephen Gay's on the move. The championship leaders coming after him. They're in 2, 3 and 4. Travis Centre likewise coming after 2nd place. They work down the back chute. Next time by, the white flag will come out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, right in the 1 turn. White flag on display. Stephen Gay's called your leader in the back chute. Centre, back then to Dan Mose and Tim Rankin. Centre on the line for 2nd, he gets through. Stephen Gay in 3rd. From Dan Mose, Tim Rankin rounding out our top 5 finishers. Great race here at Laang Speedway in heat race number 2. How about putting your hands together for the Mount Noorat Freighters number 90. Rounding out our field is Clint Walkinshaw in the 57. Good start from Darryl Wilshire as the caution lights come on, and Steve Cort's been drilled by Bottrell. The Fire Service Plus ACT number 9 of Steve Court was drilled by the Clipsal number 16 out of Western Australia. Young Craig Bottrell with nowhere to go. Severe front end damage on Court's number 9. Field rolls by on the infield. Caution lights were on. Little untidy at the start. Bad luck for the 2nd generation racer out of Western Australia, Craig Bottrell, and the Clipsal number 16. Round number 4. Tomorrow night we're at Western Speedway Hamilton, but that's another story. Green flag at the ready for the resumption of hostilities. Darryl Wilshire got a good start down into turn number 3. Caution lights are on. Caution lights are on. Clint Walkinshaw getting all sorts of untidy on the main straight after the cautions come out. Climbed over young Shane Van Dijnhoven in the V52. And Walkinshaw infield. Rear suspension damage on the 57. So unfortunate, he may not have seen the lights. Matt Jordan, your pole sitter, Ken Wilshire, the big benefiter here from the outside front row. That's a little better. Look at young Simon Craven quickly to second. Ben McLeod through to third. Dale Shaletto on the move to fourth. Darryl Wilshire coming through now to fifth. Alan Gibson through to sixth. Pick up your race leader down in turn number 3. It's Ken Wilshire. He knows his way around this venue too. The King, driver Ken Blas, sponsored Denver Victoria 5, has the lead. The one-lap track record holder in second. Simon Craven, the Lilies Lane Quarries, LGM. Back to McLeod, the Australian number 2. Now Wilshire slips through. Darryl Wilshire through to third. McLeod back to fourth. Matt Jordan in field in the 58. Your leaders in turn number 1. Ken Wilshire wheels the 5 through the turn. McLeod hard on the inside of Darryl Wilshire. Craven looks good in second. Wilshire in hot pursuit. Wilshire starting to close now. The Victoria 71 starting to come after second. Meanwhile, Wilshire started to check out. He'll put a lap down on Kate Searle in the 86 car. Craven, Wilshire, McLeod in the LGM number 2. Dale Shaletto and Alan Gibson, the pair of Queenslanders, fighting it out further in the field. Craven looking for his way around the lap. Can they get together in turn number 1? Wilshire it was and Craven in turn number 1. That will bring on the cautions. Young Simon Craven running second for a good part of the race. Hesitated ever so slightly with a lap car in turn 1 and Darryl Wilshire hard on the inside. Contact between the two. Severe damage to Craven's 20. He'll be unable to take further part in this one. And the race has been declared. So how about putting your hands together for your Heat Race 3 number winner? How about it for Ken Wilshire? Down into turn 1 they wheel. Johnny Pearson's got the lead. Here comes Chad Sullivan. He loves getting around Laang Speedway as Chad Sullivan doesn't abandon. Jeff Headington now in the good look on the inside in the 11. Nathan Pronger back to Brett Wilshire. Shane Van Dijnhoven, Alan Gibson, Shaletto in the 4. Johnny Pearson on his merry way. He's got a handy break over second, Chad Sullivan. Jeff Headington, Nathan Pronger in the 1 car to Queensland in 4th. Then it's Brett Wilshire. 2 cars together, one being Robbie Fraser, the Victoria 22, and he's got Tom Bowie, the Tucker Time sponsored number 7. So the Victoria 22 of Robbie Fraser and the South Australia 7 of Tom Bowie come together in turn 2. Set to go. Well, Johnny Pearson got a blind on the start, a little slow behind him, but Sullivan in hot pursuit. Headington, Pronger, Wilshire. Nothing changes. Deep in the field is Matt Brown trying to reel them in. Sullivan down for the leads. Johnny Pearson rounding away at a 2. Sullivan sneaks through. He's on his merry way. He's got the lead. Second Pearson, then it's Headington. Pronger, Brett Wilshire. Gibson gets a little sideways. And Dan Mose and Matt Brown come together here on the main straight. That will bring on the caution. Tom Bowie again involved in the South Australia 7. Had my back turned to the incident. Wilshire in the 24. Gibson in the 600. Shaletto, Brown, Van Dijnhoven, Jordan and Alston. Start from Sullivan. Pronger will have a peek on the inside of Headington, slips through to 3rd. Headington will drive back under him as they exit turn number 4. Sullivan continues to lead. Second, Johnny Pearson, Jeff Headington, the 1 of Nathan Pronger. Brett Wilshire, the 24. Pronger on the inside of Headington. Regains 3rd. Now Headington back on the inside. inside. Good battle between those two for third. Sholetto and Wilshire having a good race as well. White flag for Chad Sullivan. Pearson, Headington, Pronna, Sholetto and Wilshire just tags it all. Checkered flag time for Chad Sullivan. He'll take the win from Pearson. Headington, Pronna, Sholetto. Wilshire just tagged it all in the back straight on the final circulation. Well, he's done it again, everybody, for Mount Druitt Freighters. How about a big round of applause for Heat 4 winner Chad Sullivan. Heat 5, we're set to go. Good start from the American centre. Mick Pronna likewise to the lead. Here comes the American. Wheel to wheel. Travis Centre grabs the lead as Pronna loops it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cars involved in turn number 3 and 4, the Queensland 42. He had some pressure on the inside and he just lost the handle ever so slightly. The concertina effect takes place. Roy Earpeth, the race tech number 9, involved. Simon Craven has the young man been in everything. Searle and Wilshire. And Van Ginnigan at the tail. Set to go. Good start from Mick Pronna, the American Senator second. Dunham hangs on to third. Ken Wilshire on the move on the inside of Bottrell and Brimacombe. Gets to fifth. Now watch the nuggety American go to work as Jess Molden loops to 53. She comes to a standstill on the entry to turn number 1. Once again, I had my back to the incident, but by the telltale mark on the wall right in front of Bill Pearson, I'd say she tagged the wall. Looks like a broken right rear shock on the 71 William Adams Caterpillar entry. Nonetheless, we're going racing. Craig Bottrell was up to the front row, but Centre quickly to second. Mick Pronna the leader. Centre, Bottrell, Ken Wilshire. Good result for Wilshire. He'll sell with some valuable points. Now has a look on the inside of Craig Bottrell. Tim Winters, Darryl Wilshire, Russell Brimacombe, and Kate Searle runs a little wide and tags it all. Wilshire dives through on the inside to get third. He knows his way around this circuit too. Sets off after second. Mick Pronna, Travis Centre now closing. The American in second, starting to close on your race leader. Edging his way closer. Little flame now starting to bark from the exhaust of the FTZ. Here he comes. Pronna just drifts a little wide. Now has a peek on the inside. Sets it up for the turn, applying the pressure. Centre. Had a good run on Pronna off turn 2 last lap. Now again. This time the nuggety little American going after him. He's a tough customer. Pronna doing a great job fending him off. Wilshire looking on in third. He's right there, the American Centre. Mick Pronna's as cagey as they come, trying to hang tough. One to go. A little touch from Centre. The American trying to run him down, but he can't do it. Mick Pronna takes him on and beats the American Centre. Wilshire in third from Bottrell. Darryl Wilshire, Russell Brimacombe, Tim Winters in the 62, and Kate Searle rounds out our field. What a great and entertaining battle. He hangs on for the win from Bundaberg in Queensland. Driving car number 42, it's Mick Pronna. Luke Bowie. Showtime, the South Australia 5, Dale Sinclair in the 7, and Grant Pearson, and we're underway. Good start from the cloud, a little contact. Rear end damage to the Australian champion. Devlin got problems in the rear of the Australia 1. McLeod continues to lead from Steve Court, Chris Elkhorn, Tim Rankin. Devlin's in third in the Australia 1 with rear end problems. Another lap down, the race leader, Ben McLeod. Caution lights come on. Stephen Gay loops the 19 in turn number 3. Caution lights come on. Well, there was contact there on the main straight at the original start for the Australia 1 of Ben Devlin. He starts from 6. Rankin on the bottom, caught on the high side. Rankin scoots through to 4th. Ben McLeod's your leader from Chris Alcorn. Paul's leader, but how long? Rankin makes the outside work for him. He gets to 3rd. Steve Corn works soon out of 4th. Casley back to 5th. Colin Adam, Luke Bowie, Grant Pearson. Casley losing some ground. Colin Adam slips through. Tim Rankin misses the spot through turn 2. Gives up some ground as Alcorn sets off after our race leader. McLeod now runs for Harvey's transport number 2. Down into turn 3. Rankin's caught 2nd place and Power's under him. Tim Rankin looks comfortable here tonight at Laang Speedway. Stephen Gay's working through the field likewise. He's coming from deep in the field. So McLeod extends the lead. 2nd place, Tim Rankin, the Australian 3. Chris Alcorn in 3rd, Steve Corn in 3rd. Caution lights come on for Colin Adam in the 63 down in turn number 3. Laps were winding down. Ben McLeod, the Australian number 2. Had a handy, could he challenge for the race lead? Alcorn in 3rd. Thundersaw on the bottom of Alcorn. Those two swapping positions. 3rd and 4th going to war. Corn trying to fight back. Steve Corn on the bottom of Alcorn. Ben McLeod, Tim Rankin running 1-2. Alcorn slips up all the line. Little contact between he and Corn. Steve Corn scoots through to 3rd. White flag this time by for Ben McLeod. Tim Rankin starting to close. Steve Corn, Stephen Gay from the rear. Great drive from Stephen Gay. Alcorn back to 5th. Checkered flag time for Ben McLeod. He'll take the win. Tim Rankin in 2nd. Steve Corn from Stephen Gay and Luke Bowie. Chris Alcorn fading in the New South Wales 1. Sure, he's got plenty of people here from the Terang area that would love to see Ben McLeod take out heat race number 5. How about putting your hands together for driver of car number 2? Tim Rankin, the Australia 3, finishing in 2nd. 3rd home, the ACT number 9 of Steve Cornt. And the Sunnyvale Plants number 19, Stephen Gay from dead last. Flag at the ready, Bottrell. He'll lead him off from pole position. Monster wheel stand from Bottrell. Front wheels in the air from our race leader Craig Bottrell in the 16. What an exciting way to start heat 7. Chiletto in 2nd from Rankin into 3. Caution lights come on. Robbie Fraser in the 22 brings on the cautions. We're 1 lap in. How is the wheel stand on the main straight? Young Craig Bottrell, the clips on electrical fittings number 16. Exciting stuff from Bottrell. I'm sure everybody will keep a close eye on our pole sitter this time. What will he produce for us this time round? Gibson runs in. Look at Rankin. Shoot to the top. Little contact. Recovers to be 3rd. Gibson trying to run through the bottom. He loops the 600. Robbie Fraser again goes around in the 22. Starting to get a little anxious. Several drivers here in heat race number 7. That's your front row. Stephen Gay on the inside of the 2nd row alongside him, Tim Rankin. Well underway. It's a little better start. Wheel to wheel they go. Rankin again looking to the top. Mick Pronger to 4th. Stephen Gay. Chad Sullivan slips through on the bottom. Race leader is Craig Bottrell. Rankin starting to make the top work. Chiletto in 2nd. Rankin working the wheel on the RTS. He's in 3rd. Mick Pronger, Chad Sullivan, Stephen Gay, Kevin Freeman, Luke Bowie. it's a fast-paced Heat 7. Running a little wide is Bottrell. Shaleno scoots through to the lead. Bottrell back to second. Third is Tim Rankin. Mick Pronger from Chad Sullivan in the top 5. Tim Rankin now slips through to second. Bottrell back to third. Dale Shaleno keeping a nice tidy line in the 4-car. Queenslanders got the lead. Chad Sullivan all over Mick Pronger. That's the battle for 4th. Shaleno continues to fend off Tim Rankin. Sullivan a little close that time round on Mick Pronger. Contact between Pronger and Sullivan. Sullivan wheeled in on the bottom of Mick Pronger. Unfortunately loops the 93. He'll go to the tail. Tim Rankin back in second. Third is Craig Bottrell. We're on the way. Can the Aussie number 3 scoot by the Queenslander? Rod Dunham scoots through on Kevin Freeman. Chad Sullivan working the top. Kevin Freeman's got problems in the 66. He'll come infield. Shaleno continues to lead as the white flag. White flag for Dale Shaleno. Tim Rankin in second. Bottrell, Mick Pronger, Stephen Gay. Problems for Luke Bowie and also Robbie Fraser in the 22. Well, Reds are on. So race being declared. Young Dale Shaleno in the Queensland number 4 takes out heat race number 7. Tim Rankin in the Australian number 3 will have to settle for position number 2. Van Dijnhoven and Casley, McLeod and Headington. Heat race number 8, it's stacked. Devlin swiftly to the top, grabs the lead. Jessica Moulton back to second. Russell Brimacombe in third. Ken Wilshire in fourth. Colin Adam back to Jordan Brown with the one eye on Matt Brown as he runs in on the bottom of Jordan. Darryl Wilshire, Jeff Headington, Ben McLeod a little further behind them. Devlin starting to stretch the legs on the R6. The Australian number 1. He's out and flying in heat 8. Jess Moulton, what a great drive from the lady racer from Compton. Russell Brimacombe likewise in third. Ken Wilshire in fourth. Fifth is Matt Brown and he's starting to come after them. Wilshire having a peek on the top of Brimacombe. Darryl Wilshire scoots through on Adam and Jeff Headington. Devlin's in turn number 1. He's got the length of the straight on Brimacombe. Ken Wilshire third and third. Jess Moulton in fourth. Matt Brown right behind her. Heat 8 and Ben Devlin's on his merry way. Wilshire now through to second. Ken Wilshire's right in amongst them. Russell Brimacombe runs wide. Hangs on to third. For how long as Brown comes after him? Half lap remaining now for the Australian champion. He's in lap traffic, mind you. What a performance. Takes the lead. Checkered flag falls. Ken Wilshire will finish second. Russell Brimacombe from Matt Brown in fourth. Fifth home will be Darryl Wilshire in the 71. Well, that's a little better. I'm sure he's much happier about that result. Come on, Laang. How about putting your hands together for the reigning Australian champion from Western Australia, Ben Devlin. Good start from Lee Van Gittigan. Brett Wilshire in second. Little bump and run on Tim Winters. That allows Dale Sinclair to go through. Keep an eye on the American centre. He'll pick them off from the rear. Look at him run through on the bottom. Dab of the brakes on the USA number 2 from centre. Already up to 7th. Van Gittigan continues to lead Wilshire from Sinclair. Back to Winters. Pearson. Followed by his brother Pearson. Now centre. Looking for another spot. They're wheel to wheel. The American loving the conditions. Van Gittigan from Wilshire now starting to close. Sinclair, outstanding run. The American runs right in on Grant Pearson. Pearson scoots through, following his centre. Wow, he is so sharp. Van Ginnigan still with a healthy advantage over Brett Wilshire. Dale Sinclair, excellent. Grant Pearson infield, bad luck for Pearson. Gives up fourth for the American centre. Back to Johnny Pearson, Tim Winters, Grant Pearson, Dan Mose. The race leader works the back straight away. Brett Wilshire in hot pursuit. Dale Sinclair, then the American Travis Centre. Johnny Pearson in the 6. Dan Mose scoots on. Grant Pearson for position. Checkered flag time for Lee Van Ginnigan. Wilshire will settle for second from Dale Sinclair, the American centre from the rear. What a great performance. Johnny Pearson, Tim Winters, Dan Mose, Grant Pearson in the 26. Well, come on everybody, put your hands together. He's from Allensford here in Victoria. Lethal Lee Van Ginnigan takes out heat race number 9. The Prince, Brett Wilshire in the 24 car home in third. Outstanding drive from Dale Sinclair in the 7 for third. Our last chance B-main here at Laang Speedway. Good start from Nathan Pronger, he gets the lead. Luke Bowie running the top, he's up to position number 5. Trying to get by Brimacombe. Bottrell scoots through on him to 5th. Race leader is Nathan Pronger. Little contact between Grant Pearson and the Australian champion Ben Devlin. Devlin now quickly to second. Pronger continues to lead. Ben Devlin, the Australian champion, in second. Back to Grant Pearson, the West Australia 16. Bottrell rides the right wheel of Pearson. He continues on as Pearson's infield. So now Dan Mose in the 4th and final transfer spot. Outside looking in is Steve Corn, also Lee Van Ginnigan, Rob Dunham in the 71. Hard on the inside is Steve Corn in the 9. Gets through to 4th. Van Ginnigan now following him through. Dan Mose and he's swapping positions. Leader is in turn number 4. Nathan Pronger leading from the Australia 1 of Devlin. Back then to Bottrell in the 16th. Steve Corn, the 4th and final transfer spot. Behind him, 5th place, a run short of a transfer is Dan Mose in the 60. Mose, he's the man who needs one more position. Steve Corn in the ACT number 9. Mose working him overtime in turn 3 for the final transfer. The leaders in turn number 2. Devlin in second, Bottrell in third. Corn working hard to hang on to 4th. Rod Dunham, the William Adams Caterpillar number 71, loops it in turn number 2. That will be on the cautions. Russell Brimacombe likewise on the back chute, car number 33. So caution lights are on. Just when it was getting a little interesting for the 4th and final transfer. The red ACT number 9 is the 4th place car at the moment. Set to resume. Nathan Pronger, the Queensland champ, will lead off the Aussie number 1, Devlin. Bottrell in third and Corn in 4th. Corn on the inside of Bottrell for good insurance. Here comes Dan Mose. Daniel Mose now slips through as Bottrell loops to number 15. Dunham also in the 71. Oh, some desperate stuff from some desperate drivers on the final turn. Looks like it'll be the checkers, Gavin. I'm not sure whether you spotted that, but certainly the checkers. Saddle up, Laang, because here we go for round number 4 of the Oval Express Formula 500 Series. We're on the way. Centre to the inside to second already. Walsh is your race leader. Mick Pronger in third. Shaleno on the inside of Rankin. Gets through to 4th. The American Travis Centre applying the pressure. Ken Walsher. Home track advantage, but he's got the tough American on his inside. They drag race down the main straight. The battle is developing. Oh, here's one tough customer. He's quick to go. Centre leads them off. Tim Rankin scoots through to second on the bottom of Wilshire. Now the Australia 3 will set off after your race leader. Turn fourth to centre. Shaleno on the inside of Mick Bronner looking for fourth. Wilshire in third. Ben McLeod advancing a position. He's up to sixth. Seventh is Chad Sullivan. Shaleno working overtime to get by Mick Bronner in the 42. McLeod punches the field. The Australian champions coming through. Ben Devlin with a huge point to prove. Devlin on the move now. Will try to get by Ben McLeod. Main straight to Travis Senna. Tim Rankin starting to reel him in. The Australian number 3 coming after your race leader. Wilshire in third as the caution lights come on. Caution lights are on. Oh, the run of the Australian champion Devlin. Down in turn number 4 with Johnny Pearson, car number 6. Tim Winters in the 62. And Steve Court, the ACT number 9. All cars coming to us. Wilshire back in third in the Queensland 4 of Dale Shaleno. We're underway. Past Wilshire. Mick Bronner shuts the door on Ben McLeod. Top 2, the leading duo sneaking away. Rankin closing on the American. Tim Rankin started to come after them. Caution lights come on. Cautions come on for Jeff Headington in the West Australia number 11. Lights are out, set to go. Travis Senna to lead them off. Tim Rankin and Ken Wilshire in third. Shaleno through on Wilshire for third. Young Dale Shaleno on the move, as is the Australian champion Ben Devlin. Senna starting to slip away on them. Ben McLeod, the Australia 2, slips back through. He and Devlin having a great battle. On the right hand turn, Chad Sullivan now on the inside of McLeod. McLeod slips back through on Devlin. Sullivan hard on the inside of Devlin. We stay green. Travis Senna, the American, is out and flying. White flag out. Tim Rankin in second. Third is Shaleno. Ken Wilshire hanging on for fourth. Final third, round number 4 of the Naval Express Series. Checkered flag out for the American, Travis Senna. What a great drive. Tim Rankin, the Australian number 3, home in second. Dale Shaleno from Ken Wilshire. Mick Bronner, the Australian number 2, Ben McLeod, the Australian 1 of Ben Devlin. And Wilshire just to make sure on fourth. Well, come on, Laang, how about putting your hands together and making some noise? Visiting American driver from Osceola in Arkansas, taking out round number 4, the Tornado, Travis Senna. What a great performance. Home in second, the Australian number 3, Tim Rankin, and no shame in that, let me tell you. Oh yeah, Tim Rankin celebrates in fine style, the Australian number 3, Dale Shaleno. Outstanding result for the Queensland number 4. And Ken Wilshire, the Victoria 5, finishing on the podium in 4th place. Trackside presentations, very, very shortly. Well, as he makes his way to the back straight, how about putting your hands together for the American, Travis Senna, round 4 victor. It's our 3rd different winner in 4 rounds, venturing tomorrow night to Western Speedway in Hamilton for round 5. Tim Rankin's obviously pleased with his run. Checkered flag in hand. The USA number 2 of Travis Center.